Fasting for 3 days is really easy compared to coming out of a fast properly. The amount of self-control you need to avoid just going on a rampage and stuffing your face like a ravenous beast, because you are literally one. You have been starving yourself for a number of days. And so the natural instinct is to immediately see food and lose all control, exactly like I used to. I tried fasting a total of 6 times before I finally got it right. And honestly, every single time I got it wrong, that was a fast wasted, because all of the benefits you get from that deep autophagy, like cellular repair, gut microbiome reset and everything, all those go out of the window if you just immediately go stuff your face like a gluttonous pig. And so, what are we going to do here? I'm going to sip on some water with apple cider vinegar. That's going to warm up my stomach, because the acidity of the vinegar is going to let the acidity of the stomach rise and start kick-starting the digestive process, so that when I eat my first bit of food half an hour later, it's all good to go and it's going to go down smooth as butter. Man, the first time I fasted, I literally went into the woods for 2 days and 2 nights without my phone, without anything to entertain me. My whole goal was to have a reset, like a real dopamine detox, where it was just me in a tent in the forest and nothing but boredom and hunger to give me clarity. I found some clarity, but guess what? The first food I ate after that was literally a packet of crisps, or chips for you Americans, a fucking panini, a cheese and ham panini, some donuts, and I don't remember what else. Maybe it was some chocolate, but fuck me, what a way to break a fast. And every single time since then, it's gotten progressively slightly better, up to the point of now I know exactly how to come out of a fast properly so that you keep the benefits you get from it. And I began this 3-day fast completely dry for the first 24 hours. And supposedly it's supposed to have extra benefits. However, I can't say I noticed any. But I apologize for the cadence and the speed of which I'm speaking, but I genuinely feel just a little bit brain foggy, even though I do have extra clarity from the fasting. Now, you might wonder, what the hell are you talking about? How is it possible to be foggy and have clarity at the same time? Well, while stopping food for 3 days, I also stopped the caffeine, because I wanted to give myself a proper reset of dopamine, hunger, all of that, to set a new baseline for this next season of my life. And I won't lie, these 3 days were pretty boring and a little bit painful. I was just tired, hungry as balls, as you can imagine. And the thing about fasting and hunger is it comes and goes. You know, you have waves where you don't even remember that you're fasting, and then bang, all of a sudden it just slaps you out of the blue, and all you can think about in that moment is food, and all of your cravings just keep coming back to the surface. And everywhere you go, in shops, petrol stations, everything, all you can smell is food. All you can see is food. Man, you really do become a bit of a savage. And I like it. It's a nice feeling to have, this self-control when you biologically need to eat, but you're telling yourself, no, I'm choosing not to give in to my baser instincts. But that all goes to shit if you don't break your fast correctly. Exactly like I've been telling you, exactly like I've done. So we're going to pop down this apple cider vinegar, and I'll see you in about half an hour. I'm going to go meditate, really sit with the hunger, finish off the fast, and we're going to come back, You're going to see how I break it properly. So here, as our first meal, we have prawns. Seasoned with what? With a side of what? Nothing. That's right. Flippin' zilch nada. Nothing but salt. And why? Why am I having such a weird, plain, bland food to break my fast? Shouldn't I have an epic feast? No. My gut is really shrunken right now. It is extremely sensitive, and having a gigantic feast right now, as tempting as it is, would literally be like trying to like you start your car in the middle of winter and immediately you try to rev your engine. It's not going to go very well, is it? So we're going to warm up the gut slowly with a very lean source of protein, one of the leanest I could find, which is prawns. And because they're so soft and delicate, they're really easy on the digestive system. So this will get things going, kickstart my just whirring and swirling around without any complications. And then we're slowly going to ease back into it. After the prawns, we're going to have some chicken breast. Again, lean protein. Usually I would never have chicken breast because it's sort of peasant protein compared to beef mince or steak or eggs, etc. But because fat is very slow to digest, we don't want to immediately start having some heavy artillery in there like that. We start with very lean protein because it's just super gentle, super easy on the stomach. Oh my goodness, that first bite. So simple, so delightful. I'm going to finish the rest of my meal in peace. You probably don't want to watch me eat. I'm going to have some chicken breast and I'll show you what's going on after that. I wasn't lying when I said that it takes so much more self-control to avoid going on a rampage than it does to actually stay fasting, because even though I'm absolutely loving this very bland, very boring food right now, it actually tastes like heaven. My brain is going, yeah, but what's next? My entire kitchen is full to bursting with delicious food that all I want to do is just start stuffing. But to get the benefits of the fast, you must exercise discipline. Man, I never eat chicken breast. I usually don't like it, but anything is good if you deprive yourself of it for long enough. That can also be said for entertainment. How fried are your dopamine receptors from watching all this social media content? When was the last time you went outside without your phone and just stared at some trees, breathed the fresh air? It's got to use some more salt there. Man, the first time I fasted and I broke it by eating all that just diabolical garbage junk food, it truly made me realize just how poisonous this shit is. Because when you have this clarity, when you have this reset from the fast, it hits so much harder. You never know what brain fog you're going through on a daily basis until you actually see what the real baseline is. When the brain fog becomes your baseline, you can't even tell anymore. what is tiredness, what is the shitty food you're eating, what is depression, what is the shitty food you're eating. It all just becomes one bleak picture of a life. But anyway, I'm going to finish this in peace, and then I'll show you what is to come in an hour. And now, the main event of the evening. We have 25% beef mince. This truly is what I've been waiting for all 3 days. Real nutrients, fat, exactly what the body uses to produce testosterone. Because I've only been fasting for 3 days, I've only waited an hour in between the lean proteins and then starting to add fats back in. But if you're going for longer, let's say 5 days, 7 days, 20 days, man, the longer you wait until you start adding other macronutrients back in, the better. The more you can separate them, the better. The more you can start with lean protein, and the longer you wait, the better. Man. If I was breaking my fast later in the evening, then all I would have is the lean protein and then go straight to bed, let my stomach warm up overnight, and then start the morning with a nice fatty protein meal. Oh! This is real nutrition. This is what your body craves when you remove all the garbage from it. And you might notice on the side we have this lovely sauerkraut, which will just help aid digestion, so that my beef isn't just sitting there, so that while I consume it, it's actively being absorbed. Man, that was delicious. So satisfying. Whoever tells you that protein is satiating is full of shit. That meal of lean protein, even though it was large enough in size, it didn't really fill me up. It didn't hit that spot. But fat. Fat is the macronutrient that actually satiates you, because it's the most potently impacting your hormones of, leptin and ghrelin. In conclusion, what you've learned so far is that you should break a fast with very lean protein just to warm your stomach up, then add fats. Try to wait as long as you can if you've been fasting for a long time. But because I'm used to 3-day fasting, I don't really need to wait a day before starting to ramp things up, which is exactly why I'm going to wait about half an hour and I'm going to nibble on these delicious fruits, because kiwi is just going to help with digestion. It's got an enzyme in it that breaks down protein. The apple, to be honest with you, apples are kind of pointless fruit. They're not high in micronutrients and they're just really overrated, but I just want it for the taste. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I don't care what you think. And banana is, because it's high in glucose, I believe. Yes, not I believe. It's higher in glucose than fructose, and it's an amazing source of carbs for physical performance. And I'm gonna yam on this fruit, and then I'm gonna go back to work for a couple of hours, go make some more money, and then head back to sleep. I'm probably gonna get in around 9 p.m. or so tonight, and the reason I'm eating fruits and I'm not just staying in ketosis for the rest of today is because I want to wake up tomorrow full of glycogen. I want to hit some heavy legs, and I don't want to start the process of digesting carbs, spiking my insulin tomorrow, because that's going to just disrupt my focus. It's going to be a bit of a burden on my digestion. So I'm going to start warming things up right now with some quick digesting carbs. Yummy, yummy. I can't wait. I really hope that was helpful. So now you know how to break a fast properly and not just start stuffing your face like a ravenous pig. I will say you can know all this technical knowledge, but in the moment, it's still going to be you versus you versus the little goblin inside of you that can't control himself. But you can. You are in control of that goblin. You can will your mind to enact and mold reality to your desires. So fucking do it, bro.